Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, everything in the Nigerian space always goes wrong and nothing in the Nigerian space ever goes right. If you transplant the best idea in the world to Nigeria, it will go bad. Amotekun came in with a lot of celebration and a lot of people now pinning hope on it that it will be the panacea to the insecurity, at least some elements of the insecurity that we're suffering in the southwest. But alas, guys, I bring you this: indecent dressing, speaking incorrect Yoruba will not be tolerated. And this is a headline attributed to Amotekun. So Amotekun declares, so of course the primary duty and the understanding of everybody, especially the Yorubas, that is that the formation of this Amotekun particular outfit was to checkmate the insecurities, especially on the highways within Yoruba land, with all of the Janjaweeds coming in from Niger Republic, marauding all over the highways in Yoruba land, so that a Yoruba person cannot travel from, let's say, Lagos to Ondo to go and spend the weekend with his family, with his parents. So this was the original idea, at least the general understanding of why this Amotekun unit was formed. But alas, indecent dressing, speaking incorrect Yoruba will not be tolerated. A headline attributed to Amotekun. So now let's now see how this is explained. Amitolushi, the Osun State Commandant of the Regional Security Network, Amotekun, has disclosed that the outfit would not tolerate indecent dressing and bastardization of Yoruba language by the youths when it begins its full operations in March 2021. Shitu disclosed this in a chat with newspapers at the venue, where Honorable Lawrence Babatunde Ayeni, member of House of Representatives, empowered over 1,000 youths after their training on different vocational works and provided them with working tools. The commander said that although Nigeria's constitution provides for individual freedom of association, it did not provide that youths should appear naked or indulge in speaking incorrect Yoruba language. So I must just pause there for a moment, because we really must. So now this guy is now saying that the Amotekun Corps now is now going to be like a fashion police. So what constitutes indecent dressing is the first question to ask. And what remit does the Amotekun Corporation have, the Amotekun outfit, the security outfit? What remit does it have to police the dressing of the youths of Yoruba land? So what powers empowers them to carry out this duty? So the abuse of power is already started before even these people are fully formed and fully fledged, and speaking incorrect Yoruba language is now against the law, according to this security outfit that is not really a law enforcement agency, but just like a paramilitary cooperation. Like effectively their forest rangers is effectively what their remits are, and their real remit is to counter the Fulani headsmen. But apparently, alas, this is where they're going to be making their money. So we have been seeing a lot of the floggings that is going on within the Nigerian space by the army. We're laying people on the streets, and we also that viral video that went round of that lady that was beaten up in Ibadan because she was badly dressed, and another one beaten up because she did not greet the police, or all this brutalization. So this Amotekun now is now saying expect more of the same from them, because of course now their priority is the way the youth of Nigeria, or especially Yoruba land, are dressed, and more so their command of the Yoruba language. So now incorrect Yoruba is really an interesting thing, because of course what is correct Yoruba is the first question. Within Yoruba land there are different dialects of Yorubas, to the point that even you as a Yoruba speaker, you would struggle or find it almost impossible to understand a Yoruba dialect. I, for instance, as a Yoruba man from Oyo, I could not really fully understand the Ondo dialect are completely foreign to me. You might as well be speaking Igbo. If you are speaking in a Ondo dialect, you might as well be speaking Hausa. And the real Yoruba form is really the Oyo dialect, because of course the originator, the progenitor of the Yoruba race are the Oyos. So that is really the Yoruba language, the Yoruba dialect. So incorrect Yoruba then is anything outside of Oyo dialectation. So if you don't then have an Oyo dialect in your pronouncement of the Yoruba language, that then effectively, by token and by fact, not by token but by fact, makes it the case that you are not speaking Yoruba correctly. So does that then mean that you are immediately subjected to the weight of Amotekun if you don't have an Oyo dialect, an Oyo accent, an Oyo grasp of the Yoruba language? And setting aside all of this, really, the entire ridiculousness of it, that this guy has the effrontery. Let's take it from the top again. The commander said that although Nigeria's constitution provides for individual freedoms of association, it did not provide that youth should appear naked. Well, of course they are not appearing naked, because only a mad person, even mad people these days, they don't appear fully naked. They might be half clothed, or the clothes might be torn, but it's very rare that you see a mad person even appearing naked. So they are not appearing naked. So what judgment is being applied then to make that assessment is one question, and or rather indulging in speaking incorrect Yoruba. So already the destruction of Amotekun has begun even before it is fully formed. So let's just round off what else this joker has to say. Whilst speaking, INE said he would not be happy to see beneficiaries sell or make the equipment redundant, as he promised to visit graduates periodically to check how they are performing in their chosen careers, stressing that his office at Okesa Elisha, which had been changed to Vocational Place Center, where graduates would exhibit on what they have learned. So this is the summary of it. The last half of it, I think, speaks to whatever this House of Representatives is weighing upon these people. But the main thrust of it are the earlier paragraphs, where this rather clownish person, Amitolu Shitu, the Osun State Commandant of the Regional Security Outfit Amotekun, he is now stating, and by the way, these people will be fully operational in March 2020. So rather than state that they are going to strategically locate at key points within their areas of operation to ensure that the lives and properties of the people of that area that they cover, to ensure that their lives and properties are fully or at least guarded. There's no full security, but it's as secure as they can physically ensure. Instead of saying all that, because of course that is the primary remit of Amotekun for security, so instead of focusing on that, this guy now feels that the number one potency of his outfit is to check decent dressing and command of the Yoruba language. So you see now why I started in the manner that I started, that the best idea in the world, once it lands on the Nigerian surface, it completely gets muddied and it turns into complete rubbish and muck. So a mockery is now what this now Joker is making of the now Amotekun outfit, and just by this pronouncement, I hope that actions are quickly taken to remove him from any position and to reorient, or rather to orient, because their orientation is still ongoing, to orient and to train this Amotekun in a clear understanding of what their remits are. And really, off the back of what this guy has said, we need to have that conversation now before these people are fully fledged, to be clear on where their areas cover, so that the members of the public would know what the duties of our Amotekun is, and more importantly, Amotekun would know what its duties are, so that if they accost you now on the way that you're dressed, you can tell them to get lost, because that does not fall within their remit. But abuse of power, of course, put a Nigerian in a uniform and it's like an ATM machine to him, brutalizing and robbing everybody, and that is the promise that Amotekun is now making to the Southwest. Conversations in the comment section. Anytime you put an idea within the Nigerian space, it turns to dust. Again, another example, what says you come share thoughts. But before you come share those thoughts, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, come join me then in the comment section. Come tell me what you're making of what this rather clownish guy has said. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.